Hey guys, it's Hype Train here, this time with another video on Hogwarts Legacy. This video is going to be my top 11 tips for getting through the early game. These tips are for beginners who want a better sense of direction on what they are supposed to be doing, or want to know what the best strategies are for getting started in combat. With that said, let's go on to the tips. My first tip is to always use Revelio. Revelio will reveal enemies and interactable objects in the surrounding area. Revelio can be helpful in stealth if you're trying to avoid enemies by showing you where they are, but the main use for Revelio is to find objects that you can interact with to get gear and money. These objects are chests and bags, and a lot of times they are either hidden or not very noticeable. Revelio is also useful in finding hidden pages, which are collectibles that can lead to rewards, such as more gear. So you want to constantly use Revelio to get as much gear and money as you can. My next tip is to sell the gear that you're not using.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
So you always want to sell gear that you don't have equipped, and pretty much just sell your old gear that you're not using. So your inventory space is limited. You always want to make sure you always have inventory space so you are able to get quest rewards or get gear from chests. So I'm going to sell these gloves that I'm not using. And you never want to destroy your gear since that is a waste.
I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion.
So there is a transmog system for your gear. And so you can always change the appearance of your gear. So any gear you get, it adds to your collection, and you can always change the appearance of your gear to anything in your collection. So you want to make sure you sell your gear frequently at shops, so you always have inventory space to get more gear. There is a way to get more inventory space through completing Merlin trials, which are a series of unique puzzles. So for the early game, you always want to just keep equipping gear that gives you the better stats as soon as you get them. For example, for my glasses, I'm going to equip the glasses that gives me more defense. And for my headwear, I'm going to equip the hat that gives me more defense. So you want to ignore the rarity and the traits early game and just equip the gear that gives better stats, which is more efficient. You will eventually unlock traits around level 15 when you complete the elf, the knapsack, and the loom main quest, and that's when you start paying attention to traits and the rarity of your gear. The rarity of your gear affect what traits you can slot into the gear. I'll have a full guide on how gear works late game in a later video. So you have to get to a certain point in the main storyline to get a quest that will give you access to a broom. The broom is a sort of flying mount in this game and will help you get around the world faster and easier. This is a big open world game, and with these games there is an urge to go out and explore the world. But doing this on foot is definitely a lot slower, so I would wait until you get the broom before you explore and do things like finding new areas, new side quests, unlocking new dungeons and floo flames, etc. Floo flames are this game's fast travel points, and they are noted on your map as these flame icons. You have to unlock these floo flames by going out and finding them in the world. Once unlocked, you can go into your map and fast travel to them. I suggest to start exploring the open world and unlocking as much floo flames as you can once you get access to your broom. At certain points in the main storyline quests, the main quest will have a minimum level requirement, and sometimes you might not be high enough level to do these main storyline quests. Right now I need to be level 15 to go on with this main quest, but I'm only level 14 at the moment. You want to level up by doing side quests. You can check the side quests you've accepted and the rewards for doing them on this quest screen. I will focus on doing any side quests that will help you unlock more spells, as more spells will allow you to do a bigger variety of abilities in combat. For example, this side quest from Professor Sharp will help me unlock Defendo, so I should prioritize doing this side quest. There's also side quests that will give you gold and gear for rewards as well. There are also side quests that give cosmetic rewards, but I wouldn't consider those a top priority. So at a certain point in the main storyline quest, you unlock talent trees. In your core talent tree, at the very beginning of the tree, you can spend points to unlock 2 more spell sets. This is called Spell Knowledge 1 and Spell Knowledge 2. I suggest unlocking these as soon as you can, as this will allow you to use more spells without swapping them out by pausing the game. And having more spells available will always be helpful in combat, so you can use the right spell for the right situation a lot faster. Also in your talent trees are ways to upgrade your spells. So Levioso and Inscendio are a good spell combo to go for very early in the game. So in the beginning of this talent tree, you can upgrade these spells to have an AoE effect. I suggest to do this as soon as you can, as these are good tools early game for fighting big groups of enemies. So when fighting big groups, what I like to do is use Levioso first to CC the group, then use Inscendio as a 1-2 combo. This will be a big help as it's easy to get surrounded and constantly interrupted with attacks if you don't have any AoE spells. In combat, playing defensively is strong in this game. You want to wait for your enemy to attack, and whenever they attack, there will be an indicator on screen when that attack is about to happen. You want to react with your defensive options. You can either roll dodge or use your Protego shield, or a lot of your spells can actually interrupt your opponent's attacks. Once you do your defense, then that'll be your best time to go on the offense and do some combos with your basic attacks. Also, grabbing an object and throwing it at an enemy can also interrupt attacks, and is also an iframe during the throw animation. I find that this is the best way to approach combat. Just wait for your enemy to attack, then defend and counterattack. Certain enemies will have shields that will need to be broken in order to start doing damage to them. The shields come in 3 colors, red, purple, and yellow. Red means you need damage spells to break the shield. Yellow means you need control spells to break the shield. For example, this enemy here has a yellow shield, so I use a control spell to break the shield. Purple means you have to use force spells to break the shield. The type of spell is also noted on your spell set by color. So ideally you want at least one of your spell sets to have 1 force spell, 1 damage spell, and 1 control spell in case these shields pop up. You can also break these shields by picking up an object and throwing it at the enemy with a shield. In the collections menu, there's an enemy section. Each enemy has a certain weakness that you can read in this section. Knowing your enemy's weakness will help you know what to do in combat to do the most damage to them. For example, this Congrass Dugbug is weak to force spells after it does its lunge attack. So I should suggest reading this section anytime you encounter a new enemy type you have trouble fighting.
Stupid thing.
There you have it, those are my top 11 tips for the early game. I hope these tips have helped you get started. Open world games can be overwhelming, so these are my tips on what I think a new player should focus on at the beginning of this game. If you like this video, please click on the like and subscribe button. It helps out my channel and helps me put out more content such as this video. My name is Hype Train, I'm signing out, and I'll see you next time.